So this weekend I found out something very interesting. I found out the origin of people placing rubber ducks in their dashboard. And once I found out this origin, I kind of had to question it. So we're walking along Main Street in Charlottesville, Virginia, and this is a downtown mall shopping area with a bunch of neat little shops, toy stores, all these different stores that sell these little trinkets, bookshops, everything. And in one of these store windows, I see a display of these rubber ducks, and they were called celebrity ducks. Each one was dressed up like a different celebrity. So of course I had to go into the store and I had to look at these ducks, and surely enough, I didn't leave without making a purchase, but they had all kinds of celebrity ducks. The lady told me that they sell out really quick once they get them in, and there's some that are more rare than others. So I had a tough choice choosing which duck to get. Now, as I'm looking over these ducks, this lady behind the counter tells me that they actually looked up the origin of people putting these ducks on the dashboard. They said the origin goes back to this girl in Canada. So of course I did a quick Google search and it comes up with the origin. It says the trend goes back to 2020 during the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic. Alice in Parliament from Ontario, Canada randomly bought a bunch of ducks, and long story short, she gave some out to some people and they put them in their dashboard in their Jeeps, and then this trend just kicked off. Well, what's strange is I thought back and I thought I'd been picking up these ducks for a while, and it just kind of started as a random thing. And I actually had to do a little digging because I wanted to see if my collection of these ducks came from the trend or if it was before the trend. And I actually found out the origin of us putting these ducks in the dashboard came from before the trend. So there's this place in Wilmington, Delaware, or outside of Wilmington, Delaware, called Deerhead Hot Dogs. And one December day, I go there with my dad and they have this duck machine in there. So this was December 27th, 2019. So we played this duck machine and I won this New York Jets duck, this little rubber duck. And here's a picture of us taken while my battery was nearly dead on my phone camera. And we're walking out through the parking lot. And I took this New York Jets duck and I put it on the dashboard of my dad's Tacoma. Now that duck stayed on that dashboard, and every time we went up to visit him, we would go into the Deerhead hot dog place, and we made it a tradition to play that duck machine. It's not that we really loved the ducks or wanted to collect them, it just became sort of a tradition. So every time we won one, we'd put it on his dashboard, on the dashboard of his truck. Well, eventually the dashboard got a little too full. So then we started taking the ducks out to the back porch and we lined up the shelf on the TV with them. We found more ducks around the house that we've already had, and we started putting these ducks all over the TV. So I eventually started getting some ducks on the go, on the travels and stuff like that, and then I put one in my Bronco. So needless to say, with this tradition that we have of getting these ducks, this long tradition that we have of getting these ducks, of course, I couldn't leave without getting this Johnny Cash duck. The lady in the store told me this was the rarest one. She said this one she's never even seen it on the shelves before. It's called Wing of Fire, a toy named Sue. And it's got this duck, of course, that looks like Johnny Cash holding this guitar. It says the duck in black on the side and floats some prison blues. And then on the back, it talks a little bit about these ducks, and they're crafted, made in America, and they're pretty cool. You can get them at celebrityducks.com, and they have a plethora of these ducks that you can get. So I'm going to go ahead, pop this thing out of the box, and we're going to take a closer look at it. I think this is a lot bigger than the ducks that we get in the toy machine, but really, really cool. And this one is definitely going on the dashboard of the Bronco. So the origin of the ducks on the dashboard. The trend may have started in Canada. I don't know. But we were definitely doing it before the trend started. And I just thought that was kind of a cool little thing. I'm not sure that the trend took off from my dad driving around with these in his truck, but it's interesting to think. Maybe it did.
What are the ones I got in the truck? One's a Monster and the other one's a New York Jets.
Oh, come on. That's a ripoff.
Man, that was a foul right there.